We have new text messages from, I think it's like 34 different Republican members of Congress over the course from like Election Day through January 6th, where they were text messaging with then Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and trying to come up with some kind of scheme to get the election results overturned, floating all sorts of wild conspiracy theories. Hey, Eric, if you could actually put the second element up first. Let's start with the second element here, because this was the original story from TPM here. They got a hold of these text messages. The headline is Mark Meadows exchanged text with 34 members of Congress about plans to overturn the 2020 election. The one that is getting the most attention, both for its extremism and also for its poor spelling, is from a Representative Ralph Norman of South Carolina, who texted on January 17th, 3 days before Joe Biden was set to take office. So this is after January 6th. This is when Biden is about to be sworn in. He texted, quote, "Mark, in seeing what's happening so quickly and reading about the Dominion lawsuits attempting to stop any meaningful investigation, we are at a point of no return in saving our republic." 2 exclamation points. "Our last hope is invoking martial law," which he spells like the way that Marshall Kosloff, our friend, spells his name, not like the way that you're supposed to spell it. "Please urge to President to do so." So you have, crackpot. You've got everything in this text. You've got the crackpot, like Dominion lawsuit conspiracies. You've got absolute authoritarian extremism calling for the president to institute martial law. And you also have, some grammar and spelling issues here as well. There's so much more, though. I mean, you've got this dude, Representative Brian Babin, who I've never even heard of before, from Texas, sent at least 21 messages to Meadows, received at least 4 responses. One of them, he said, "Mark, when we lose Trump, we lose our republic. Fight like hell and find a way. We're with you down here in Texas and refuse to live under a corrupt Marxist dictatorship." I wish that Biden was actually Marxist. I would like that better. Gosar says, "When is the 40 days up? What date starts the clock? November 3rd. If it is, then it is December 18th. China bought Dominion in October for $400 million. If that's not interference, then should have a report with details and specifics." This is a member of Congress, literally referring to an unhinged conspiracy theory that was floated by Alex Jones on InfoWars, okay? That's the level of correspondence that we're talking about here. And then one more to give you a little more color here. Jim Jordan, who is very, powerful, well-known, et cetera, he was actively, collaborating in terms of trying to get Vice President Mike Pence to overturn the results. And, obviously that's sort of like what January 6th ultimately centered around. He says on January 6th, Vice President Mike Pence, as president of the Senate, should call out all electoral votes that he believes are unconstitutional as no electoral votes at all, in accordance with guidance from founding father Alexander Hamilton and judicial precedents. No legislative act, wrote Alexander Hamilton in Federalist Number 78, contrary to the Constitution, can be valid. The court in Hubbard v. Lowe reinforced this truth that an unconstitutional statute is not a law at all, is a proposition no longer open to discussion. So again, he's using these like grand words from our founding fathers to justify nullifying the legal votes of American citizens.
That's why I think it's
It's insane.
It's so important to underscore these. They believe this stuff. And people always ask me, they're like, are these congressmen really as dumb as they seem? Yeah, actually. They really are just boomers who watch Fox News. And I think that comes through in terms of these text messages. And they also literally don't know how to spend Marshall, apparently. The man is literally a lawyer. Kind of amazing.
Oh, my God.
When you look and you watch all of this over, I think it just goes to show how deep the brainworms were. And we have tried very hard to not split the difference, but to like tell the story of Jan 6. Like, we're like, look, it was bad. There's probably some feds involved. Definitely wasn't enough security at the Capitol. Is it a world-changing event that inspires a new domestic terror law? No.
Shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be one of those things. We shouldn't overuse it and enhance the security agencies who may have been involved in the first place. So it's one of those where it's very difficult also, though, to acknowledge and get people to really realize, like, this was serious. And, they really would have done it. I think if they had the possibility, they were just too incompetent and low IQ to do so.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how to feel about that. I mean, on one hand, I guess thankful that they were too dumb to do so. But also, the means of pulling off something like this, it's crazy. And I want people to realize that. It was real. It actually was real. They really believed the Dominion bamboo ballot stuff coming out of the mouth of Sidney Powell.
I do think that is the most important takeaway is, I mean, this is not a small number of members of Congress either. 34 members who were privately texting Mark Meadows this crap. You know, wild conspiracy theories, wild like legal theories that they thought they could use justifiably to overturn the election. And so, you know, it's always been difficult to adequately explain January 6th because on the one hand, obviously it wasn't going to work. It didn't come close to working. It was bumbling. It was ridiculous. The court shut every lawsuit down that they filed. Like every single one of them was absurd on its face. So you're like, it was so incompetent that it didn't actually really pose the threat that they wanted it to pose. But make no mistake about it, like they genuinely wanted to overturn the results, right? There was full will available, just lack of capability. I mean, it kind of, obviously I got like obsessed with this Reichsbürger German coup plot thing, but there are echoes there because this group of like a fake prince and his 25 allies or whatever, like they're not going to overthrow the German government. That doesn't mean they didn't have real plans to do so and could have caused some problems and could have caused some violence and some mayhem, et cetera. So I think that's what comes across in these text messages. We have a graphic too that has some of them that we can put up on the screen there that just shows, you know, some of the back and forth. This is some of the ones I read, you know, when we lose Trump, we lose our republic, some of the conspiracy theories. You've got this dude, Mike Kelly, who's a Pennsylvania congressman, saying we're suing the Pennsylvania Secretary of State for her illegal meddling in this election. Let me know if there's anything I can do to fight these MFers in Pennsylvania. Our president is heroic. Thank you for all you've done. Please tell the president just how much he's loved and appreciated in Pennsylvania. So anyway, gives you a little bit of a flavor of what was going on behind the scenes during this crucial time and very tense time.
Good luck winning an election whenever this stuff is all out there. And as voters showed you, they don't agree with you and are not willing to look past it, of which, you know, I really am heartened by.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.